Welcome back to Mindset Matters. And today, you are getting into part 2 of our series on meditation. If you listen to part 1, you know we went pretty deep into the science behind it from all perspectives. Remember, we talked about how meditation isn't just sitting with your closed eyes, it's like giving your brain a reset button. It calms your body, balances your hormones, boosts your creativity, and honestly, it helps you feel so much more in control of yourself. Isn't that crazy in today's digital driven world, where your focus and attention pulled by apps and notifications at majority of times? But here's the thing, understanding meditation is just the first step, right? Now, it's time to live it. So, in today's episode, we are shifting gears. We are going to talk about how to bring meditation from theory into practice. How do you actually make it a part of your day? Even if you are juggling work, kids, deadlines, and 15 other tabs in your mind. Because let's be honest, just knowing something is good for you isn't always enough. I mean, we all know broccoli is healthy, but do we regularly eat it? Exactly, that's the point. So instead of just being knowledge absorbers, let's strive to be action takers. We will start by diving into how meditation influences your mindset, how it rewires the way you react to stress, decisions, and even self doubt. Then I'll walk you through how to build a habit around it. Even if you've only got 5 minutes in your day, and I get it, some of you might be thinking, I can't sit still, or my mind just won't shut up. Yes, I have been there. So we'll also talk about how those common challenges are and how to gently work through them. And toward the end of this episode, we'll do a short 2-minute breathing meditation together. Nothing fancy, just something small but powerful. Think of it like a mini spa moment for your brain. So, are you ready to put all that science from part 1 into actual practice and doable action? Let's make this shift from knowing to doing because meditation isn't about being perfect, it's about showing up for yourself, even for a few minutes. Let's dive in right away. So, let's talk about something super important, our mindset. Because beyond all the brain waves and hormones we have talked about, meditation has this beautiful, almost magical way of shaping the way we think and feel, right? Now, I want you to imagine your mind like a busy highway. Thoughts are just zooming past, non stop. Some are useful, some are noisy, and some are just plain negative thoughts. We all get caught in those loops sometimes. Overthinking, self doubt, worry spirals. You know what I mean, right? Well, what meditation does is almost like it helps you building a quiet footbridge over that highway. It helps you watch the traffic instead of getting part of it or instead of getting hit by it. As I mentioned in the last episode, you start looking at the chaos from outside for better solutions. Instead of getting sucked into it, you start noticing those thoughts instead of reacting to them. And that, my friend, is powerful. Because once you become aware, you gain choice. Choice to pause, choice to respond instead of react, choice to not let that one negative thought hijack your whole day. And slowly, day by day, you start approaching life a little differently. You stop snapping at little things. You breathe through stressful moments. You stop judging yourself so harshly. And honestly, you start feeling more balanced. That's the real magic of it. See, meditation isn't just about sitting in silence, as I mentioned earlier. It's about building a mindset that can handle noise. It's about training your mind to see clearly, respond calmly, and lead with intention. And the best part? It's not a one time thing, it's a practice, it's a journey, it's a muscle which you build over a period of time. So, if you ever thought, I wish I could just stop overthinking, or I need to find some peace in all this chaos, then meditation might be the exact tool you have been looking for. Because when your mind gets clearer, your life gets easier. And that is something worth showing up for. Even if it's just for 5 minutes a day, isn't it? Now I know what some of you might be thinking at this point in time. Mayuresh, this all sounds great, but I don't have time to sit cross-legged for an hour every day. I understand that point, and I completely agree with you. Life is busy, right? We are juggling deadlines, family, messages, meetings. Like sometimes even our relaxation is scheduled. But here's the good news. Meditation isn't about how long you sit. It's about how often you show up. It's not a time commitment, it's a mindset reset. It's a mindset that you need to show up even just for 2 minutes or 5 minutes. Showing up is more important than achieving the 30 minutes or 45 minutes meditation at a stretch. Just mark my word, 2 to 5 minutes a day, it can create a ripple effect in your life. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't wait for a dental emergency to start, right? You just do it daily without drama. Meditation works the same way. A few mindful minutes today save a lot of mental mess for tomorrow. And there's this quote I absolutely love. It's by Mahatma Gandhi. And it's not one of those big famous ones, but it's gold. He said, I have so much to accomplish today that I must meditate for 2 hours instead of 1. Now, at first, that might sound totally upside down, right? Like, wait, he's busier, so he meditates longer. But the deeper meaning is this: when your day is hectic, your mind needs even more clarity. And that is what Mahatma Gandhi approached like that. He wanted to accomplish more. That's why he wanted to set more for the meditation so that his mind gets even clearer and he can approach the work. He can approach those tasks even more forcefully with more intention and get it done even faster. That's what his approach was. More noise on the outside means we need more stillness on the inside. That's what his approach was. Because when we are overwhelmed, we are not exactly making our best decisions, are we? We are reacting, we are rushing, we are forgetting, and sometimes regretting. We regret the decisions which we make when we are overwhelmed. But when we take even just a pause, a mindful breathe, a short reset, it's like tuning the instrument before playing the music. And who wouldn't want to play a better tune for their day? You don't need a mountain. You don't need incense. You can meditate while walking to your car. You can meditate while sipping your tea. That's the mindfulness meditation. Even one deep breath before opening your inbox. That's a micro meditation. These tiny pauses, they're like little pit stop for your brain. A moment to breathe, a moment to be. And slowly, they start to weave mindfulness into your day without needing to block your big chunk of time. So next time you're feeling that mental rush, ask yourself, can I take just 60 seconds to pause? Because sometimes the smallest pauses bring the biggest peace. Alright, now let's understand the common challenges and how to overcome them. Starting a meditation practice, it's not always a walk in the park. Starting is the toughest part to do that. And if you ever thought, why is this so hard? You're not alone. It's for everyone. Trust me, every beginner, or even some seasoned meditators, bump into a few common roadblocks. Let's start with the biggest one I hear all the time. I can't stop my thoughts. Sounds familiar, right? First off, breathe. Just breathe, nothing else. Breathe because that's not a failure. That's actually normal. Our minds are designed to think. It's like expecting the ocean to stay still. Waves will come and go. That's nature. Similarly, the brain can't stop thinking right away. The goal of meditation isn't to turn your brain into a blank screen. It's about learning to watch your thoughts instead of getting caught up in them. Just observe. You don't have to suck into your thought. You just need to observe your thought at a distance. like clouds passing in the sky. You don't chase them, you just notice them. This is one of the best metaphors for meditation I've ever used. Like, you look at the cloud, you just see them passing by. You don't be a part of it, right? Exactly, that's what you need to do for the meditation. You just need to observe your thoughts. You don't have to get sucked into those thoughts. You don't have to be part of that thought. You just see it from a distance. You don't have to attach yourself to that particular thought. That's exactly what we need to achieve in the meditation. So if your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring it back. That act of bringing it back is actually the practice. That's the rep. That's the gym of the mind. Like you do the repetition in the gym, that is what you need to do when you do the mindfulness meditation. You just need to bring it back whenever it go into different direction, right? Another big challenge which I listen often, like I don't have time. And I get it, life is busy. We all are busy in different activities. But here's a little mindset shift. Instead of thinking of meditation as another task, think of it as a reset. It's like charging your phone. Would you run your day with a 5% battery? Absolutely no, right? We need our phone to be absolutely on charge, because if we are out of our battery, then we will not be able to do a lot of critical activities. So why let your mind run on 5% battery when you have the option where you strive to make it 100%? Just 2 minutes of stillness can shift your entire mood. Even 10 deep breaths between meetings can center you. You don't need a mat, a chant, or a perfect setting. You just need a moment of intention. You just need to observe yourself. Take a deep breath, observe your thoughts, observe your feelings, observe your breathing pattern, and then you are sorted. And then there is that sneaky thought, am I even doing this right? Initially, I was also occupied with that thought. Here's the thing, there is no perfect meditation, there's only your meditation. Some days will feel deep and peaceful, other days, your brain might be running a marathon. Both are okay, it's okay. Mind is doing its job, and we need to let it do it, right? Because the real magic, it's in the showing up, it's in the practice, it's in the patience. So if you're sitting there feeling like you're not good at meditating, guess what? You're already doing it right. Just by trying, just by showing up. Just keep doing what you're doing. And just remember, thoughts, normal. Observe and return. You are saying no time for the meditation? Start small. Make it doable. Even 2 to 5 minutes a day, it's okay. At least you are showing up. If you're not sure you're doing it right, if you're breathing and being present, you're already doing it. You don't need perfection, you just need presence and progress. And every session, no matter how short or scattered, is a step forward in a journey. Let's take a moment to look at some inspiring example. Many top performers, CEOs, athletes, and even monks integrate meditation into their daily routines. Their experiences serve as powerful testament to the benefits of meditation. Personally, if you ask me, I have experienced how meditation has helped me navigate stressful periods and sharpen my focus. I'm not saying it's a magic cure, but its cumulative effects over time are undeniable. I started my meditation journey back in 2020 during the COVID times. It wasn't easy. I found it difficult to even sit still for 5 minutes. Yes, I was not able to sit properly for 5 minutes. But the best part, I didn't give up. I kept practicing and gradually increased the duration. I knew the benefits of meditation, and just because I didn't experience them in the initial few sessions, I didn't let that stop me. When you see so many successful individuals crediting their clarity, their resilience to regular meditation, it really highlights the potential of this practice. And personally, I genuinely wanted to make it the most of it. So that is why I kept practicing it. And today, by God's grace, I'm able to sit properly and I'm able to focus on what I really want to do. So that is the real magic. And that is how you actually develop yourself. Now, I want to leave you with a simple practice you can try right away. a 2-minute guided breathing meditation. Find a comfortable place to sit, and if you are okay with it, gently close your eyes. Just a quick reminder, please don't try this while driving or if you are out on the road. You can always come back to this part later when you are in a safe and relaxed space. Let's start together. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale gently through your mouth. That's right. Feel the cool air glide in and the warm float out again. Hold that breath at the top just for a moment and now release like a whisper on the wind. Take a deep breath in and on the count of 1, 2, 3, breathe out from your mouth. And as you are breathing out, focus on your thoughts, focus on what you are doing, and focus on your breathing pattern, how you are breathing. Whether your heart rate is high, whether your breath is slow or it's fast, just focus on your breathing pattern. And there's no rush, no pressure, just presence. Now, you don't need to do anything special because the breath knows what to do naturally, effortlessly. That's right, and that's true because you automatically breathe. You don't have to do anything. Now, imagine each inhale brings in calm, and every exhale lets go of what's wrong, what's negative. That's right. And with each breathe in and breathe out, you're bringing in more positivity inside you and taking out all the unresourceful things, unresourceful thoughts, and the negativity which were there. That's right. Like waves on the shore, soft, steady, and sure. You're not chasing silence, you're resting in stillness. Right, that's right. If your mind drifts, that's okay. That's normal. Just notice it and come back to the breath. Inhale slowly and exhale fully. And as you continue, you may find your body feels lighter, your mind a little quieter, and your heart just a little brighter. No need to push, no need to try. Just breathe and let the moment fly. Now, as you're breathing in, focus on your breathing pattern and take a deep breath in. And on the count of 1, 2, 3, breathe out. And as you exhale, imagine releasing the weight of your day. Imagine all what you wanted to do is already done. You are relaxed. You are free. That's right. Begin to bring your awareness back to the room. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, and gently open your eyes. I invite you all to carry this calm like a soft little flame because peace, once sparked, never fades the same. And remember, your breath is always with you, just one inhale away from your centered self, from your own self, from your soul. Thank you. So that was your 2 minutes meditation, a simple yet powerful way to reset your mind during your day, during your heavy and busy schedule. If you're looking for more structured sessions, consider exploring apps like Headspace, Think Right, or Insight Timer. Even setting a timer on your phone for a mindful pause can make a big difference in you. And just like that, we have come full circle now. From understanding meditation in part 1 to practicing it in part 2. It's kind of amazing when you think of meditation, isn't it? We didn't just talk about what meditation is, we explored how it actually reshapes our mindset, how it fits into the crazy rhythm of daily life. And yes, we even did it together with a simple breathing practice. That in itself is such a big win. Don't you think so? I want to leave you with one simple yet powerful reminder. Meditation is not about doing it perfectly. It's about showing up for yourself one breath at a time. It's a journey, not a destination. Whether you start with just 2 minutes a day or build a longer practice, what truly matters is the consistency and the intention behind it. You see, a lot of people hear about meditation and think, yeah, that sounds nice, but I just don't have time to do this, or I can't sit still that long. But now you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just have to be yours. Even a mindful meditation, a pause, a breathe can shift your energy. And you felt that today, didn't you? We started this two-part journey by diving into the science of stillness. And now you've got tools, you've got perspective, and most importantly, you've got the choice to bring these small powerful moments into your life. So let me ask you, what would it look like if you gave yourself just 5 minutes a day to reconnect, to breathe, to pause, to reset? And if today's episode touched something in you, even a little spark, I would love it if you share it as your WhatsApp story, Instagram highlights, and you subscribe to the channel. Maybe drop a review or share this with a friend, a colleague, or someone who just seems a little too caught up in the noise. Because sometimes all we need is a little nudge, a reminder to come back to ourselves. So, until next time, stay mindful, stay curious, and keep finding those small pockets of peace in your day. And never forget this, your mindset truly matters. I'm Mayresh Srivastava, and this has been Mindset Matters, the science behind the stillness. Take care, stay grounded, and goodbye for now. Thank you.